Ariel Helwani in Las Vegas alongside the UFC heavyweight champion Junior dos Santos, who faces Frank Mir this Saturday night live on pay-per-view. And Junior, thank you very much for the time, and it is very good to see you. You know, I've been saying for the last few weeks how much of a humble and respectful and professional champion that you are. You never really talk a lot of trash, but it seems to me like Frank Mir, for whatever reason, has gotten under your skin. Like, this is personal for you. Is that accurate?
No, it's not personal.
Okay, I take it back.
Yeah, it's not personal for me because, you know, I don't even know him personally, you know. Why am I gonna have something personal with him? It's, you know, I didn't disrespect him, you know, and I don't like to talk trash, you know, to use the talk trash, but I just said my opinion about him, you know, and the biggest thing that people are saying, I said that he's not a man. Yeah. But in Brazil, you know, when you say, like, what I mean with that is when he's living a bad moment in the fight, he can recover of that moment. You know, he gives up pretty easy. You know, he's a monster when he's beating his opponent, but when he's living a bad moment, he's not. He doesn't have enough heart to get out of that moment. You know, that's what I said when I say he's not a man. In Brazil, means that, you know, when the guy gives up, he's not a man. You know, but that's what I said.
But just to play devil's advocate here, in the fight against Big Nog, the second one, he was in trouble and he did come back and submit him. So didn't that say something about him? Yeah,
that moment, he had that moment, and against Brock Lesnar too, he catches his leg. So yeah, if you give a good moment, if you give an opportunity for him, he's gonna catch that opportunity, you know. And if he catch you in a good position, he's gonna submit you because he's a submission artist. And, you know, he's really good. I know that. But the most part of the fights, I watch a lot of fights of him. You know, a lot of, and fights. And what I see, my opinion about him is that one. You know.
What about the fans in Brazil, your fans, when you walk on the street, when they see you? We see this a lot on the primetime show. Is it personal for them because of what he did to their hero, Big Nog?
Yeah, for them, they really like to see me beat Frank Mir. You know, some of them are asking for me to submit him, you know. But I prefer to knock him out, you know. I believe so much on my power and the power of my hands and my speed. I'm gonna use my speed to get a good chance to knock him out, you know. But if the fight goes to the ground, I can tell you I'm ready because I train very well. I did a really good camp, and, you know, he's really good on the ground, but you never know what's gonna be the end of the fight, you know. And if he underestimated me on the ground, it's gonna be it's not a good deal for him, you know. I can submit him too.
You know, there's nothing for you to prove to anyone, but the one thing people keep bringing up is, how is your ground game? How will you do if you're sort of tested on the ground? Yeah. Would you like to shut up those people and kind of let this fight go to the ground just so you don't have to hear that anymore?
Actually, I prefer to knock my opponents out, you know. But I think when we make a strategy, to win the fight the easiest way possible, you know. And I think for me, my easiest way is to keep the fight standing and look for the knockout, you know. But if he is able to take me down and hold me there, we guys gonna see my jiu-jitsu, you know, fighting with him. I'm not scared. I'm not scared to fight on the ground, you know. I train a lot, and I got pretty good skills on the ground too, you know. But I prefer to knock people out.
In the last episode of Primetime, we saw you talking with a little boy, and Brando, that's his name, Brando? Yeah, and I was told that they brought him here to Las Vegas to watch you fight. The first time he's been in the U.S. on a plane. What does this mean to you to have him here, sort of a piece of home, and what does it mean to him as well?
Yeah, it's good, you know. It's good for me to see him here. He's a very funny guy. He's like kid. He's a very funny kid, and he's living a very good moment on his life now. I think it's gonna be unforgettable, you know, for him and for his family to come here to Vegas. All the lights and all the glamour of Vegas, and so I think it's gonna be very good for him, you know, to live this moment. And I like to get him to see him here, you know, to see the happiness on his face, and you know, split some of my moments that I live here with him.
Will he walk out with you to the cage on Saturday?
I don't know, because he's gonna be seated with his family. But you gave me a good idea. Yeah. Maybe we can do that.
All right, two last quick things. You know, David Haye, who is a big boxing star, says that you can be the only guy in MMA that can go over to boxing and win a title there. And you know how the heavyweight division is in boxing these days, a little lackluster with the Klitschkos kind of clogging things up. Is that something that interests you because you are so proud of your boxing skills?
Yeah, I was thinking about boxing, you know. I really like to watch boxing. David Haye is one of the greatest fighters, you know, in the boxing. And now, yeah, Klitschko is winning everything. But, you know, my main objective is keep my belt. You know, I really love who I am as a MMA fighter, you know. But you know, I wanna fight. I wanna have a boxing fight one day. You know, yeah, just to test me, because I used to train a lot of boxing, and you know, I'm a boxing guy, and if this could be a good challenge for me and a good experience, so I could do that.
Do you think you can hang with the Klitschkos, or do you think you need a little practice in boxing only to compete against them?
I think if you give 3 months of preparation, I can fight with anyone in the world. Wow. Doesn't matter the sport, boxing or MMA.
Okay, and final thing, last Saturday we saw Daniel Cormier beat Josh Barnett in the finals of the Strikeforce Heavyweight Grand Prix. Do you think that he deserves a shot at the UFC title now that he's coming over to the UFC, or do you think he needs to fight at least 1 or 2 more times in order to earn that shot?
Yeah, I think you know, UFC is the best show in the world, the best event MMA show in the world, and have the best fighters in the world. You know, I think the UFC guys have the chance, have to get the chance before of him. You know, but he's a really good fighter. He's very explosive, with amazing wrestling skills. You know, and if UFC tell me to fight against him, I'm gonna fight against him. I don't care about who's gonna be my opponent. Whatever UFC put him in front of me, I'm gonna do everything to beat this guy.
Well, Junior dos Santos returns to action this Saturday night live on pay-per-view. He defends his UFC heavyweight title for the very first time against Frank Mir. Thank you so much, Junior, and good luck on Saturday.
Thank you very much.